All right. This video is for all the veterans, any veterans. I'm putting this out there for you. If you're trying to get your private pilot license, I want to save you some money. Don't go through the pain that I went through of paying $15,000 to get your private pilot license. You don't need to do that. You can get your private pilot license for free using their post 9/11 GI Bill. Do not pay for it out of pocket. I'll show you exactly how you can get your private pilot license for free.
Oh, what a stroke of luck.
If you've been looking at this for any sort of time now, you've probably seen a lot of confusing information, and you might have been led to a dead end that says you basically need your private pilot license before the VA will pay for any sort of flight training. I mean, we can go to the VA's website itself. Here, right on their flight training page, it says, can I use the GI Bill to pay for flight training? All these must be true. You have to qualify for post 9/11. And the second thing, you have to have your private pilot license. So, it seems right there, pretty cut and dry. We can't get any sort of free private pilot license, right? Wrong. Let's go over to the 38 CFR, which is the regulation for all these education programs. Specifically, 38 CFR 21.4235. If we read through this, the beginning part of this is still makes things a little bit fuzzy because it still says that we need to possess a valid private pilot certificate or higher. However, if we come down here to programs of approval, and let's read through this. So it says, flight courses that constitute the program of education must meet federal or FAA standards for the courses and meet the state approval agency must approve them. 2, the flight training included in the program has to generally be accepted as necessary for the attainment of a recognized vocational objective in the field of aviation. And the second thing is given by an educational institution of higher learning for credit toward a standard college degree that the individual is pursuing. All right, so here's the rub with that. You can get your private pilot license paid for by the VA using your post 9/11. You can get it for free as long as you find an institution of higher learning in which they have a degree program that includes a private pilot license. An example of this is Kansas State. If you go to Kansas State, their aviation department, they have flight operations or professional pilots, something like that. Another example is the University of Dubuque. They have a degree program that includes a private pilot license, a private pilot certificate. So that is the first step. You have to go out, you have to find a school that has a private pilot certificate included in a degree program. That's step one. That's how we get started. So look around your area, look somewhere close to you, see if there's any institutions of higher learning that offer a degree program. It can even be an associate's degree that has a private pilot certificate, a part of that degree program. So go out, find one of those, and then after that, we just have to make sure that we fall in line with rule number 1 here under approval program of this 38 CFR that says the flight courses that constitute the program of education meet FAA standards for such courses, and the FAA and the state approving agency approve them. That's important. If you find a institution of higher learning that offers a degree program with a private pilot certificate, but it's not approved by the FAA and the state approving agency, then the VA will not approve it. You will not be able to use your GI Bill or your post 9/11 to get your private pilot license or just for flight training in general. Now you're probably asking, how the hell do I know if it's approved? To figure that out, you can go on over to WEAMs. Just type in Google WEAMs VA and it'll pop up. What WEAMs means, I don't know. Look it up. With this database, you can search for institutions that are already approved by the VA, so you know ahead of time if I put in to go to XYZ school, that it's in WEAMs, and it's going to be approved. So you just come up to the institution name. In our case, let's just go with Kansas State. So I'll type that in, press enter, click on the corresponding school, and then you'll click on up here at the right, you'll click on programs. And it won't always be under flight, but in this case it's under flight. So you click on flight, and you can see how it says here up at the top, PPL, Private Pilot License Flight 113. So if you would go to Kansas State and get on the degree track for whatever this private pilot license is, you would be approved, and you can get your private pilot license for free using your post 9/11. Now, like I said, it's not always going to be under the flight section. An example of this, if you go back a few and click on Iowa and look through Iowa and look for the University of Dubuque. Now, under the University of Dubuque, you'll see that there's no flight. There's no flight category under there. But if you click on Institution of Higher Learning and then scroll down, you'll eventually see a Bachelor's of Science in Flight Operations. Now, if you follow this to the end, if you go to the University of Dubuque's website and you look up the curriculum for their Bachelor's of Science in Flight Operations, look up that curriculum, bring it on up, you will see that private pilot is a part of that degree program. It includes the ground and the flight training, which means you could go to the University of Dubuque and get your private pilot license for free. No money out of pocket, no paying $15,000 because you're a dumbass and didn't do your research ahead of time. No crying yourself to sleep at night. No wishing your bank account wasn't so dwindled. You know, nothing like that. So this is going to set you up for success. Even if you don't want to pursue an aviation career, say you're already locked in on your career, you know what you want to do, and maybe you got a little bit of your GI Bill left or your post 9/11 left, and there's a school near you that you could do this through, hell man, why not? Go get your private pilot license and get it for free. But hey, if you're watching this video right now, that means you're in the know. So please pass this video on to any other veteran that you know that is considering flight training, that's thinking about flight training, or even has talked about getting their private pilot license. If we could even save one veteran, just one guy, from having to pay $15,000, $20,000 to get their private pilot license, if we can even just save one veteran that money, I'd call this a win. All right, so the information is yours. Do with it what you will, and good luck.